Wow. Wow. What did I do to deserve that? Thank you. Thank you. Calm down. It's all right. It's just me. It's just me. It's just me. I'm pretty sure y'all are used to me by now. And no, I'm not trying to make up for lost time, but there are some things going on, and most of it is abroad. I mean, in faraway places from where I'm at, in places I never thought I would reach out to. Uh, the followership that I'm getting on my ex accounts. As a matter of fact, I made another one too. Uh, don't ask me what. I'll figure it out. I'll have it memorized. But I made another X account because I'm gonna try to deem that one solely for all of my followers that are following me right now because it's where you will get all the information, everything sports related regarding my podcast, whether it be this one, whether it be my one that's in the zone. You're going to get everything that I do that's related to sports. All right. But today is Monday, July the 7th. Hope you enjoyed the my previous podcast because I wanted to give you a little WNBA history. Today I might give you some more history, but it might be in the lines of baseball because something happened on this day years ago. Years ago. And I told you when I first started this podcast, that's what I want to do. I want to be different. And I think for the most part, I have kind of been different because I don't do the mainstream on here. But I started out as doing a little bit of sports history, whether it be HBCU sports history, Negro League baseball history. Uh, but before I even dive into that, there are two tournaments going on because I kind of want to piggyback off of the fact that I gave you the history of the WNBA on my last show. And there are some future stars that are going to be converging, I know, at least in two spots. And ironically, I found out I have another cousin. I'm going to name drop. I'm going to tag them, especially when I post it on all of my Twitter accounts. I heard somebody else call it Twix. I'm like, Twix, huh? I'm like, that's kind of cute. I mean, if you think about it, some of us, we still call it Twitter. Some of us call it X. But if you put the two together, you come up with Twix. Yeah, I thought that was kind of hilarious too. So, anyway, what I want to do is I want to inform you of some tournaments that are taking place this weekend. AAU girls basketball. You have the R4R, which stands for Run for the Roses, which is going to be at the Porter Sports, I do believe. That's going to be in Louisville, Kentucky, starting actually on July the 10th at 10:45 p.m., July the 11th, 8:05 a.m., July the 12th for bracket play, July 13th, 12:35 p.m., 12 and 6:12 p.m. And I'm pretty sure this is like one team right here, but just to give you an idea, then you have July 14th. Uh, Basically, the way this breaks down is the Run for the Roses uh, actually kicks off yet July the 10th through the 12th. And then the championship round will be the 13th through the 15th. And I know for a fact that there are going to be some Oklahoma area teams like Southern Assault. And I kind of stick my chest out on that because not only do I have one cousin playing on that team, I have two cousins playing on that team. And I'm not afraid to say their names. Micaiah Moore, and the other one is Ricky McQuarters. Those of you, when you hear that name and say McQuarters, why does that name ring a bell? Just circle back to R.W. McQuarters, Oklahoma State grad, got drafted by the San Francisco 49ers, broke my heart with an interception in the end zone against my beloved Dallas Cowboys en route to win him a Super Bowl ring. That broke my heart, but I was also happy for him too. So I can't hold that against him. So yeah, this world you find out it's a small world. But I also know that JYD Basketball Club is going to be out there in full effect too. They're going to be out there representing the state of Oklahoma. I also know that Cyfair is going to be there. I'm going to call a few names. Jasmine Haran, she's with Cyfair Elite, and Jaslyn Enzel, she's with Cyfair 16U. So those are going to be a few names to look for. And I'm going to give you a couple of more names that you could probably look for. Macy Pruitt, she's one. I'm pretty sure you'll see the likes of an Ava Slagle. I hope I pronounced that name right. Uh, Brooklyn Miles. These young ladies, they are part of that JYD basketball club. Uh, just a few names, few clubs I know will be out there. So that's Cyfair, Southern Assault, JYD Basketball Club, just a few, just to mention a few. But also, there's another tournament going on. Like I say, I am not leaving no one out. There's one going on in Las Vegas, and I want to thank my neighbor. I also call her my sister, and I hope she don't mind one bit of me calling her that. I love my neighbors. I got some good neighbors. I got one family across the street. Their son plays baseball. I try to get out and support. Then right next door is my neighbor Ebony. Her daughter Destiny plays for. I better pull this up so I can get it right. Uh, she plays for. I got the information right here. Looking at straight, she plays for Mocan 16U EYBL, and they are going to be out in Las Vegas at the Tournament of Champions. And I could probably give you the rundown on when that starts as well too. That tournament is going to kick off on July the 11th and run through July the 14th. So if you are in those areas, because I never know where my podcast may land up at, who may be listening to it, and who may be sharing it to where. Because all you got to do now is just post everything on social media, and you never know where it ends up. But I can tell you this much. If you're in those areas and you are watching this and you hear the podcast when it drops and you get the information off of X, I'm telling you, go out and watch. The only way you will appreciate what they're doing at the WNBA level start tracking them now. There are some young ladies playing in these tournaments that aren't even seniors, that aren't even juniors, barely sophomores, and already getting offers to Power Five schools. I know for a fact when you go out to that tournament in Vegas, just from the ones I know here, uh, I'm gonna mention it, her name, Destiny Mays. I'm gonna call her Spider Woman. Now, someone's probably saying, "Why would you give someone a girl a name like that?" Well, that is paying homage to one of the greatest defenders in basketball, a guy by the name of Paul Pressey, and his nickname was Spider Man. Why did she get a name? Why did he get a name like that? Because they say it seemed like when the point guard from the opposing team crossed the timeline, his arms grew. He was very disruptive in the passing lanes. Was known to pick your pockets. Well, what are they saying about Destiny Mays? I can tell you this much. Robert Kelly from Prep Girls Hoop said like this: she knows how to use her length. She's very athletic, and she's a defensive menace to the opposing team. She is a disruptor. She gets in the passing lanes. She will pick your pocket. And guess what? Although she's not relied upon to, she has a pretty good offensive game as well too. And I know for a fact she's paired up on the team that has Zoe Buckner Franklin. I've seen her name on a lot of publications, but I've also seen her name missing from some publications. What has she done in her basketball career besides getting on the circuit? Won a Class 2A state championship in the state of Kansas, was 2A Player of the Year, mind you, as a freshman. Heard the whispers, said, well, can she do it at a higher level? She transferred to Cape and Mount Carmel. First game of the season, she dropped 33. Made it look easy. That's what she does. End up averaging like 23, 24 points for the season. So I know at least from this area, you will see them out there in Vegas. They're coached well. And if you let the coach tell it, he don't really have to do that much coaching because the players can pretty much coach themselves. He has a stacked team, got two players at least 6'3" or taller on the team. So the team has length and athletic ability. I wouldn't be surprised if they come back and they win the whole darn thing out there in Vegas. I'm rooting for them. I'm definitely rooting for them. So that's how I want to get things kicked off. I want to give some love to the ladies on the court because, like I say, there are people who are still, and I cannot figure it out for the life of me, why you don't appreciate the ladies in the WNBA. But I think I have my answer why you don't appreciate them because some of them you don't know. I mean, we all know Caitlin Clark, be it for the good, right reason, be it for the wrong reason. We know Angel Reese, whether it be for the right reason or the wrong reason. But like I said earlier, to appreciate the WNBA, if you have nieces, if you have daughters, brothers, if you have little sisters, one thing I can say about that Buckner family, let me tell you something about them. I'm going to give them their flowers because I hope they see this as well too. And I'm going to throw his name out here. His name is William Buckner. I believe he was a seventh grader last year. And I was privileged and honored to go to his games. And talking about a very mannerable young man, very mannerable, very polite. Uh, Met more of the family members. And the family is just, they're the type of people you want to be around. Let me say it like that. They're the type of people you want to be around. They support each other. I mentioned Zoe. Some people, they have such an aura about themselves that they can't humble themselves down to see something that's beneath them. But no, the whole family is based off of humbleness and humility and gratitude. So much when I seen William play, and he was so appreciative of me being there, I was honored to be there. All I'm saying is get out and check them out while they're at this age and watch them grow and blossom and continue to support. And for by all means, let me say it like this because I see it in the chat rooms. Basketball shouldn't be about the color of one's skin. Do I need to say that again? Basketball does not need to be about the color of one's skin. Basketball should be about one's skills. And to some extent, their character. If someone presents themselves in a way that's not becoming, I can understand why you would have something to say. But I would also say this too: don't kick a person while they're down. Lift them up. But yes, get out and support these young ladies. If you're in the area and you are hearing this podcast, they would more than appreciate your support. How do I know? Because when I went to the I-35 showcase, a lot of them were saying, thank you for coming out. We appreciate the support. And that's all they want. They want what the guys already have. Because half of you listening at this show, watching it wherever you're at, you probably can't even afford a ticket to go to an NBA game. But you find a way to go only to watch a watered down, saturated product. Yes, I said that. Why would I say something like that? Plain and simple. And you're going to say, oh, you sound like one of them old get off my lawn type of guys. But I never dreamed of the day where I would look at the stat sheet and between two teams, they jacked up 63 pointers, 3 passes, and a 30-foot bomb. When you watch the girls' game, you see more continuity, more movement, more flow, more ball movement. You're going to see at least, even with the shot clock, you're going to see at least 5 to 8 good passes before a shot is put up. Unless it's obvious that they can take the shot, you're going to see good ball movement. You're going to see good team play, good team offense, and good team defense. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes at the I-35 showcase. I've seen it at the local high school level. I hear the comments, well, the WNBA game is boring. And no, what it is, you've been so used to bad basketball that you can't appreciate good, sound, fundamental basketball. I said that too. Do I need to say that again? Do I need to say it for the people in the balcony? I didn't know I was going to go on a rant like this. I don't have no script in front of me. And what I was going to talk about, I might not even get to it. But once again, you're so used to so much bad basketball until you can't appreciate good, sound, fundamental basketball. And I can guarantee you, you'll get that from the girls. Why? Because their coaches somehow gets them to buy in. And they're not worried about playing time. How many shots am I going to get? Only thing that matters at the end of the game, we get the dub. As a famous coach said, and if I can emulate his voice, he said like this: you play to win the game. Do I need to do that impersonation again? You play to win the game. I'd be crazy if I didn't say I didn't have a rooting interest, knowing that I have kin folks playing. But I want to wish all these players, the ones I mentioned, the ones I didn't mention, you know who you are. I want to wish all y'all the best of luck. Do I have any guests lined up in the future? No, not yet, but in due time, when these seasons are over, I'm gonna line these guests up, and I'm gonna be so honored to have them on my show because I'm gonna keep saying this. I believe I have the best podcast in the state of Kansas, not because of me, but because of the great guests I have on: high school coaches, college coaches, high school players, girls, boys, basketball, football, track, you name it, I'll have it. So I just want to say thank you to all of those you who spend the time, uh, those you who allow your student athletes, and I put emphasis on that student, to be on my show because without them and without the parents, this show wouldn't be what it is. So I simply say thank you, and this is for you all. Now, what I am going to attempt to do, I'm going to attempt to give you a little bit of history, and this history I'm going to give you is timely because it happened on this day 75 years ago. Yep, Negro League baseball history is what I'm going to give you today. And one in particular, I believe we're going to look at will be none other than Satchel Paige. That's right, because it was on this day in 1948. Satchel Paige was a legendary pitcher, celebrated for his incredible talent and longevity in both the Negro League and Major League Baseball. He was known for his dazzling fastball, a variety of other pitches, and captivating personality. He became the oldest rookie in Major League Baseball history when he debuted with the Cleveland Indians. That's right, the Cleveland Indians at age 42 in 1948. Page's career highlights include pitching in the World Series with the Indians in 1948 and being inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1971. So what I want to do is now is look at some key aspects of Satchel Paige's career. Paige was a star pitcher in the Negro Leagues for many years, developing a legendary status and a wide array of pitches, including his hesitation pitch and a fastball some described as a chewing gum wrapper. That's fast. At 42, he finally got his chance in the major leagues with the Cleveland Indians in 1948. His World Series appearance, he became the first African American pitcher to appear in a World Series game in 1948. Page continued to pitch in the majors, even appearing in a game for the Kansas City Athletics at the age of 59. My goodness. He was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1971. His impact on integration. Page's appearance in the major leagues following Jackie Robinson played a significant role in baseball's integration. Beyond baseball, Page's fame extended beyond the baseball field with his autobiography, Maybe I'll Pitch Forever, and his colorful personality captivating audiences. That was on this day 75 years ago in 1948 when he debuted as a rookie. Thought you might want to hear that little bit of brief history there on a Monday, along with some tournament play going on. Also, I want to send a shout out to a good friend of mine who thought to leave me some kind words during the time when I was getting ready to have my surgery. As I am wearing some of his gear. His name is Jerome. He's out there in Georgia wearing this hood professional gear today. Before I get ready to change out of this and have to take off here in a few minutes. But he's out there in the, I do believe, Atlanta, Georgia area. I'm rocking his hood professional, where I know some of y'all are like, what in the heck is hood professional? What is that supposed to mean? Basically, his concept is just because you're from the hood don't mean you can't be professional. Plain and simple. So I want to thank him for the gear that I'm able to wear and profile on my show. I know normally y'all used to seeing the A Train wear, but yes, thank Mr. G Dub for hooking me up like this. The nice wear. Hopefully, next time I come back on here, I will have some guests. I might get my good friend that's out there in the land of entrapment. I'm gonna tell you his name, Ed Nunez. He's been a guest on my show before, just haven't done the video thing. So I'm gonna reach out to him because he reached out to me today, checking to see how I'm doing, and I wanted to tell y'all that I am doing pretty good compared to what I was a few weeks ago. I'm doing pretty good, and I want to thank each and every one of you for your prayers, your well wishes. I couldn't have done it without you. So on that, I say thank you, thank you, thank you. We're getting better day by day. Also, I want to let you know that this presentation is brought to you by, that's right, Riverside FM. Also streaming on YouTube and twitch.tv. When the podcast drop, as always, you can check it out on Spotify, iHeart, Odyssey, Amazon Music, and you can also go in your search engine on Apple and Google. It'll be the A Train Sports Talk podcast. Look me up, listen, share. Also, like I said, if you want to follow me on my X accounts, some of y'all do that anyway. But my latest one, and it will make a little bit more sense. You can find me, it's at ITZ Anthony Smith. That's right. ITZ Anthony Smith, which stands for In the Zone with Anthony Smith. So that's ITZ as in zebra, Anthony Smith on Twix. That's what I'll call it. Simple Twix. Oh, I didn't think that was amusing. Once again, find me on Twix. Man, that's a slow audience. Anyway, once again, I want to say thank you for listening. And I will be back with you again soon. Until the next time, take care of yourself and each other. Be blessed. I'm out of here.